They are indeed. We've yet to really understand what the curved screen adds, apart from being able to glow from when it's turned up upside down, and you can tell who perhaps is calling you if they're one of your key 5 people, key 5, perhaps your boss, your wife, your husband. So that seems to be a functional part of the three-sided. But let's get to grips with what this is, Manus. These are not one, but 2 new phones to the Galaxy range. It's an S6 and the S6 Edge, as you say, with that curved screen, a three-way screen. And let's look at style first. Style and substance, let's go style, because this is what everyone's talking about. It's beautiful. Metal and glass, much stronger glass, so it's less easy to break it, to shatter it overall. And it comes in an array of colours. My personal favourite, gold, obviously, but there's black, white and gold for both models. And then with the green version for the S6 Edge and a blue version for the S6. So that's the style ticked. But substance as well, they've made some obvious key upgrades, as you see when they launch a new flagship. You've got a faster processor. Interestingly, the chip is actually now a Samsung-made chip, not Qualcomm. It's got ARM technology behind it. So going for their own chips, they've got a faster, brighter camera. They've got better battery. They say it's faster to charge. In 10 minutes, you can get 2 hours of video watching out of this battery. And indeed, you can also wirelessly charge it. That's built in. Although what people don't like is the fact that the battery can no longer be taken out, as used to be the case, and be able to have extra batteries on you if you're out in the field all day like we are. But nevertheless, they do say sometimes you have to sacrifice things for beauty. And notably, they've also got Samsung Pay. This is big, Manus. Suddenly, they're able to walk into a shop, of course, and use your phone to pay rather than your credit card. This is a big move to gain the really inroads into our digital, our mobile wallet, versus Google, versus the Apple Pay, of course. And we spoke to a vice president of Samsung, and have a listen what he said about the payment functions.
So Samsung Pay is a very interesting new payment technology, which will actually combine 3 technologies. When we launch it first in the US and in South Korea, it will support NFC technology, which is a technology we've been using already in our phones for a very long time, more than 10 years. And we know very well, but also magnetic stripe technology and even barcode reader. So with these 3 technologies combined in one Samsung app, Samsung Pay, we can actually cover over 90% of the point of sales terminals, and then merchants will be offered a wider range of opportunities.
90% of retailers is much more than Apple, and indeed this will be kicked off in the United States and in Korea, South Korea, come the 3rd quarter. All of these devices, plus a rather natty virtual reality headset, they come on the market. The phones will start selling on April the 10th across 20 countries, Manus.
And Caroline, the obvious question is what happens next in the battle with Apple? Because I was with somebody on Saturday night, and they had one of the larger Apple devices in their hand, and it actually looks really, really appealing.
You're right. And they are trying to fight Apple with beauty as it goes. So people are saying, look, this is the most beautiful phone that Samsung has made. But what was great at the event yesterday, Manus, is the fact that Samsung aren't scared to take the battle straight to Apple's door. They were making jokes at their expense, saying this isn't bendable. Remember, the iPhone 6 was criticised to begin with because it could actually bend within your pocket. They were also saying, look, compare the videos, compare the mobile phone photos. You actually got direct comparisons to a photo taken by an iPhone 6 compared to a Samsung S6, and the quality they were trying to highlight was much better. Whooping, shrieking in the crowd as they went round, really trying to just show what Samsung can do versus Apple, how much better the phone is. They also said, of course, that this is trying to get back to Asia. Remember, Apple suddenly has made huge inroads into what Samsung's natural territory had been. The bigger phones are what the Asian user really does like, particularly in China. Suddenly we see Apple neck and neck with Samsung in the last quarter. They both have about 20% market share. Samsung is worried. They needed to up the ante here. And in terms of style, they certainly have done. We'll have to see what the price point is, key. That's one bit of information we don't have, and how quickly these fly off the shelves. But it was pretty hilarious being there last night, and just the shrieking and jokes made at Apple's expense. I'm sure Apple will come back fighting March the 9th with, of course, their new Apple Watch, which we'll be talking about more in Silicon Valley.